In Kenya, unfortunately, we have bred a crop of politicians in this country who actually believe they're above the law. They believe you cannot arrest them, you cannot question them, because if you dare, their entire communities will come and make the country ungovernable. It is unfortunate that we have allowed ourselves to create such a crop of politicians who think, as I've said before, larger than life, almost as large as death.
Do you think then last year may have marked a bit of a political turning point with regards to the Reject Finance Bill protests? Do you think that was a moment? I mean, I think we've talked about it to no end in terms of it shifted. We were collectively pushing back on these rising taxes during the Gen Z-led protests. Do you think, based on what we're saying, there was a political turning point, but maybe right now it's been marred by internal conflict? And how do we guide our way through that?
Our young people conquered fear. And when you conquer fear, that is the beginning of liberation. And let me tell you, the country has never been the same again and will never be the same again. There may be a lull, but the seed is planted, and you can see that the young people have migrated from the streets, but they are in social media, speaking largely responsibly. And you can see that even individuals and elements in government and in the opposition, they are running scared. They may appear to be very confident, but they are running scared because they know that there is a crop of young Kenyans who have unmasked and undressed them at once. The only thing that must now happen is that these young people and other persons of goodwill who are not so very young must organize themselves and ensure that in the run-up to the election, which is 2 years away on the 10th day of August 2027, holding all factors constant, that they keep up the ante. And these individuals who are speakers at funerals and weddings and in churches will soon realize that ideas that change the nations are not articulated at such fora. I'm not afraid. I'm guardedly optimistic.
Guardedly optimistic. I think that's my stance too, and I feel very validated to hear it coming from you. But there's a quagmire, which is the how has been a big problem. And in the absence of the formality of a constitution, when it's a movement that seems to have one common goal but doesn't know how to get there, the how becomes a problem. Any ideas on the how?
Good war generals don't announce where they are going to attack and how, but I will say it because I say that if we have young people who are eligible to vote, take the vote. Take the vote as they have never taken before. And in addition to take the vote, they begin to get organized. Those who are saying that they support the youth and are announcing their presidential candidature left, right, and center, stop it. Let us organize, let us make sure that you are in one political formation and talk about the nation. Let me tell you, the ballot may shock this country. I believe that is the avenue because I believe that we owe it to ourselves as Kenyans to only speak about democratic, and I use the word democratic guardedly. We use the instruments provided by the law to bring about change because we have a country to protect. We have a country whose peace we must never sacrifice for short-term political interests. The young people, count your numbers. It has been done before, and it can't be done. And it can't be done through organization. It can't be done by saying what is necessary and not saying certain things. It can't be done through subterranean to mean doing things quietly. It can't be done by speaking to hearts and minds of Kenyans who want change. And why do they want change? Because they see that the current crop of politicians are not midwifing processes that change their economic circumstances, that change their very being. And my appeal to Kenyans of goodwill, whether young or old, this is the time to ask, do we have the nation that we want as it is now? Because our country is not at ease. You may say all manner of things, but our country is not at ease. You know, when I listened to our minister for the time being in charge of the treasury, explaining how the economy is doing well.
Minister for the time being.
Oh, they're there for the time being. how the economy is doing well, then I know the economy is not doing well. When the economy is doing well, it speaks for itself. You go to Gikomba and you see the economy. You go to Kibera, you see. You go to Emurua Dikir and you see the economy. You see the economy in every sector, in every pocket, in every handbag. It speaks. When you have to give an interview of 30 minutes to explain to us how well the economy is performing, then you are telling me the economy is not performing.
It's a macro, it's stabilization of the macro.
Right.
Absolutely.